I attend to the area in which they're describing it's hurting, and I look in their eyes and I say, are you just tired right now? And they look at me and shake their head, yes. And I say, okay, then we're just going to, and I say to the refs, we're going to take all the time we need. And I said, just lay here, get a moment, because it's emotional.
Yeah.
Right. So it's so serious, especially in the football league, because if they are emotionally out of control or frantic or unaware of what that emotion even is, and their coach is yelling, get up, get out there, you can do it, blah, 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 they are going to be injured.
Right.
So it's my opportunity to say, hey, so at that moment, I'm dealing with emotions and a symptom, and 90% of the time they get up and they play 100% better, because I heard what they were saying. And at those ages, and even as adults, if we aren't familiar with emotions and what they are and recognizing them, we aren't able to describe them so that other people can understand them. So it really is deep work, but it's effective.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. I love that. So when you
it goes along with just what you're saying.
Yeah. And when if you have a athlete who's laying down, who's wounded somewhere in pain, and you're asking them, are you just in pain? And they're saying yes. And you look in their eyes and you're asking them if they're tired, and they're saying yes. Like, you get to run the show right there, right? Like, nobody can tell you, like, we need to get going, right?
Nope. The refs, I have everybody standing back. I have to make sure the scene is safe. And my main concern is the wellness of that child or the player. Yeah. And I've had many conversations with coaches, with refs, with, the moms and the dads, that I know that this is your child, but my best interest is in their health and wellness. And I've had some kids that I say, sit out the rest of the game. It's better to keep yourself safe right now and have you be stronger for Saturday's game. Right. And what do I say? I always say this: you are very important. You are very important. And I think it's important that we each know of our importance and have people remind us of that.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And being in that field, because I think the athletic field, it is all performance, and kind of forgetting that you're just you as a human being, you as just a person. You're important. You're important. There's a whole reason that you're here, and it goes way beyond the sport that you happen to be playing.
Right. Way beyond. And I like to say way beyond what we see.
Yeah.
If we are just speaking on what we see, then we're no different than a 3-year-old.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Beautiful.
So that's real simple. It's real simple to me. So I always have measurement tools that I use to help myself. Am I describing what I see? Because that is seriously, somebody that's very underdeveloped can do that.
Right.
A dog can do that. A ball, go get the ball. They get the ball. It's what they see. So are we behaving, or are we operating on I only speak what I see kind of basis? Because then that tells us maybe the growth that we have left to do.
Right. Yeah. So Julz, because that's so deep, that is so deep. And I think that you are heads above. I'm not that familiar with the athletic world now. I mean, I did do some very small sports in my small town that I grew up in. But you just seem to be light years ahead in your approach in treating injuries and just acknowledging a human being for being a human being. And even this whole part of just so much more than just what we see. So was there always an innate thing in you that knew there was so much more than what meets the eye? Or did you develop that through life experiences?
That's a really good question. I think, to be honest with you, I think it was something I was born with. I remember just being very, very young, and my emotions that I felt from other people were really loud. And I didn't know what that was. I had no idea, because in my generation, we didn't really talk about it.
Yeah.
So I went through a lot of my life not knowing why I felt the way I felt many times. And I was like, what is wrong with me? Why do I feel like this? It wasn't until maybe I had children that I was able to pinpoint the fact that, oh, that helps me be a better mom, because I can actually feel what that other person of, if they're sad or if they're hurting, I actually feel it. And instead of turning that off, which a lot of people do because it makes them afraid, like, what is that? Why do I feel that? It's very simple. And to take the fear away, we're a vibration. We're a vibration. So if you are in tune with that vibration, it just means it's an understanding. It doesn't mean anything other than that, but we're not taught what to do with it.
Right.
So it's, but like you asked me, I do believe that I was born with it. My mom, I remember saying things to me about, like, don't talk to everyone. You don't need to talk to everyone. Cause I'm saying, nice hands. I like your tie, just everywhere I went. Yeah. Just kind of how it was made.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yes, your heart shines through in all that you do. There's just no question about it. Your heart absolutely shines through.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fabulous. And we're going to run out of time here. It's amazing how quickly this time goes by. It's always like being in a time warp. And I have a gajillion more questions for you.
Awesome.
And I want to know if you would be willing to come back next week so we can continue this conversation and we can dive into so much more. Are you up for that?
Yes, ma'am. I'm up for it. Let's go.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. I am so grateful to have you here. And I am so grateful to dive into the next piece. So for all of the people, the listeners who are out there with us today, all of Julz' information will be in the show notes. So if you want to contact her for any, let me swing back real quick too, Julz, as we're wrapping this one up, because I know you don't only do sports injury treatments, you also do massage, but it's not lay down relaxation massage. Like you're getting to the dense tissue and you're helping that to be released. But you offer that to people who are absolutely not athletes, just a person who comes in who has some kind of pain, correct?
Correct. From ages, I've treated, the youngest I think I've treated was 2 to 90. So
wow.
It's anyone. Yep. It's designed for professionals, but it works on everyone.
Okay. Awesome. And I can attest to that because I did have Julz work on me. Oh gosh, I don't even want to think how long ago it was, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It's been a while. But I'm telling you, the girl is tough. She's tender, but she gets the job done. And and it's amazing. It feels amazing. So anybody who is looking to do any kind of the mind-body mechanics work with Julz, that information will be in the show notes. So no worries with that. So again, Julz, thank you so much. I'm blessed to have you with me, and I'm blessed to I'm blessed to have you come back next week. So for the listeners, thank you so much for being here with us. And I know that there's information and gold nuggets in here for you. And be sure to join us next week for part 2 with Julz Anderson. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Please go to nadahogan.com for show notes and other information you can use right away. If you like what you heard here, please subscribe to our show and don't forget to rate and review right there on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your shows. And don't forget to tell your friends about it. We'll see you next week.